Hey guys, Rick here with Northeast Whitetail. Every year I get a few inquiries and questions from guys at home uh, just wondering what my scent control routine's like and how I eat, so on and so forth during hunting season. So I thought I'd throw together this quick video just to kind of give you guys a glimpse in my scent control routine and how I eat during hunting season. So thanks for tuning in and keep watching.
So it all starts down here in the laundry room. I usually get my clothes out and get them washed 2 to 3 weeks before season starts. And I'll get my totes out and get them washed out real good. I'll let them outside to air out for a couple weeks. Also, I keep my clothes stored and a bunch of different totes, and I'll show you guys that a little bit later. But 2 to 3 weeks before the season, I'll start getting my clothes out. Usually not all my clothes, just the early season stuff mainly, and then kind of as the season progresses, I'll start getting some of my heavier layers out and start getting those things ready too. But year round, we use nothing but dye-free and perfume-free cleaning soaps and dryer sheets for our normal everyday clothes, for our work clothes and our casual stuff. These are the brands that we use. No perfumes or dye in them, and it keeps our washer and dryer smelling clean and as close to nothing as possible. You do not want to use regular stuff like we have over here in the back. These things smell to high heaven and not good for attracting mature whitetails to your location. So my actual hunting clothes themselves, I use this sport wash here. This is something I was watching an episode of Midwest Whitetail years ago. Bill Winke was talking about this sport wash here, and he couldn't say enough stuff about it. Basically, it comes either in this half-gallon or a gallon size. Lasts a long time. It's no UV brighteners in it. Stuff works very well, and I tend to think that's probably the best bang for your buck that you can get as far as hunting clothes detergents are concerned. And then every load of hunting clothes that I do, I add baking soda to the wash machine just to kind of get that extra level of scent free out of each wash. So another thing I'll do is I also have scent free towels and washcloths that I won't necessarily use this stuff to wash those, but we wash it with this, and I'll keep my scent free towels and washcloths hung up outside that with the rest of my clothes. That I only use one towel, one washcloth per day, and then they get re-washed. So I always have fresh, scent-free towels and washcloths they get cleaned with in the morning.
Okay, so when I first wake up in the morning, I generally don't eat breakfast because I don't want any bad smells coming off of my breath or, burping anything up when I'm in the stand. So I usually don't eat breakfast. What I usually do is I do drink one bottle of water before I leave in the morning, just so I'm hydrated, because you usually wake up dehydrated first thing in the morning. And I'll take a bottle of water with me, and I generally don't take any food. If I do take food, it's maybe some nuts or something like that for an all-day rut hunt, just so you have some energy there to kind of last the day and stave off boredom and stuff like that. So first thing in the morning, I don't eat any food, and I try not to drink coffee or anything like that. I will have an occasional energy shot here, just a quick first thing in the morning, just to have a little pick-me-up, and then that'll last me good for the majority of the day. During hunting season, I usually try to avoid spicy foods, garlicky, peppery kind of stuff. I don't drink any alcohol. I usually just try to eat clean, through hunting season for a couple of reasons. You don't want to be burping and farting when you're on the tree stand, basically. You don't want bad odors coming off of your breath from stuff that you ate maybe the night before, or heavy night of drinking. You're still breathing the alcohol out of your system. You don't want that kind of stuff. And at least for me, I kind of slack off on the exercising, getting to the gym during hunting season and stuff too, because the last thing you want when you're in the tree stand or you're up there trying to take on the mountains and stuff is a bunch of sore muscles slowing you down, making you stiff and sore. So I generally don't work out as much during hunting season. So I want to watch what I eat for that reason too. That way I'm not gaining 20, 30 pounds over the course of a hunting season. So I watch what I eat clean, and that's how I eat during hunting season.
So I wash my gear off ahead of the season as well. My binos, rangefinder, anything that I might take into the woods with me, I'll give a light washing with the green soap and water, let it air dry outside. And then I usually use this stuff here from Muddy Outdoors. It's called Execute. It's plant-based stuff. It won't leave any sticky residue, or I don't know if some of you guys have ever used some of the other scent eliminating sprays, but you spray your bow down with that stuff and you get all these white spots all over it. And it gets kind of hard and crusty, and it's difficult to get off, and just makes your stuff look pretty bad. And this stuff here, it doesn't do that. It just dries clear and not oily or anything like that, and just keeps your gear scent free. And that's called Execute from Muddy Outdoors. So this is what I use to spray my bow down and stuff. But like I said, I'll get all that stuff out ahead of time as well. Get it all washed down, get that scent free, and then I usually store all that stuff right in the totes outside with the rest of my stuff. So it's really important that anything you take in the field with you, if you take your cell phone, anything needs wiped off before you take it out into the field with you. And while we have this tree stand in the background here, this is a Lone Wolf Alpha Tech. I've really become fond of these tree stands here. It's a cheaper alternative to the Lone Wolf Alpha, and still has all the great features of it, such as the offset bracket in the back so you can hang it on crooked trees. And it also, if you have a leaner, you have some different selections here where you can raise and level not only the platform but the seat to your desired level. They're very nice tree stands, extremely well thought out, and I've been pretty much switching most of my arsenal over to that tree stand that you're looking at right there. And while we're on the subject of tree stands, I usually like to get them out in about 2 months in advance before the season opener. Just so if I got to do any trimming, or my scents in the woods, you guys are putting scent in the woods every time you go in. I like to get them out well ahead of time so that the area can calm down. It's not disturbed when you're going in to hunt it. And your tree stand being out there for that long, there definitely should not be any scent coming off of your tree stand that far in advance. So that's how we do that. Alright, as far as scent reducing clothes is concerned, obviously I like using Scent Lock. It has carbon alloy in it, which absorbs odors. And I really like the fit of this clothing. It was made with bow hunting in mind. I like the feel of it. No, it's not going to reduce your scent to zero. It's just another piece of the puzzle, guys. Every little bit helps. And I like using Scent Lock clothing. It's pretty affordable, and I like the way it fits. So all my outer layers will be Scent Lock, usually. My first layer of clothing is always some type of thermal, and it always either has some type of silver thread or antimicrobial, antibacterial treatment to the threads and the fabric, because it inhibits bacteria growth. And it inhibits, and it's the bacteria that starts replicating on your body as soon as you start up that hill and you start sweating, microbes and bacteria are forming on your skin, and that is what makes you really start to stink, guys. So you need something at the skin source that is going to start working against that bacteria and those microbes right away. And that's why I wear that kind of fabric and stuff close to skin as my first layer. Okay, so after I'm done washing my clothes and they've hung up outside for about a week or so, I usually put them in these bins. Now, during the hunting season, I'll store these bins outside underneath my carport. They don't come inside until after the season is over. Just the preparation for these bins. Every year I'll rewash my clothes right before hunting season. And I'll also take each and every one of these bins outside, wash them out, and then I'll let the bins air out outside also, usually for a week or so until the clothes actually go into the bins after they've hung up. So, and then the clothes just stay outside all hunting season. So, over there in the corners, my fishing poles, I'll be breaking those out pretty soon. So kind of the idea with the bins here is I have them all labeled. We have a bin here for my early season outerwear. And underneath there I have one for my late season when it starts to get colder, my outerwear. And then over here, these little ones here, I keep hats and gloves in one. As you can see, long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts underneath that one. I have a special one for my socks. I keep my thermals and stuff down here in this one. You guys kind of get the idea of where we're going at. And that's basically just so I can have easy access to the clothes that I need. When I'm outside there, I'm not having to get into every bin and kind of sort through them and, you know, putting my smelly fingerprints all over my clothes and stuff. Each bin has a specific purpose, and once the clothes are clean, washed, they've hung outside for at least a week, I'll fold everything up and stick them in these bins here. That way they're not getting blown off the clotheslines by wind and stuff outside. So that's how I store my clothes.